we all know that the future of Europe, yes, is being written on the front line in Ukraine, but not only. It is also being written in your factories. In record time, you have managed to open new lines and step up production. You're adapting to the new reality of a full-scale war right here on European soil. And just like your industry, all of Europe is facing a changing international landscape. As we've just heard, rightly so, the security architecture that we relied on for decades can no longer be taken for granted. It is a once-in-a-generation tectonic shift. But in recent months, Europe has taken action. Action that seemed unthinkable just a year ago. We set up the Rearm Europe plan to mobilize indeed 650 billion euros in defense investment over the next 4 years. And in addition, in just 4 months, we created a new financial instrument, we call it SAFE, with 150 billion euros in loans for joint procurement. So overall, as you said, Readiness 2030, 800 billion euros over the next 4 years to be invested in defense. Last week, I think also important, we proposed a simplification omnibus to radically simplify and thus speed up our defense investment. And we signed by now 8 defense and security partnerships with countries across the world, the latest of them actually yesterday with Canada. The Europe of defense has finally awakened. Tomorrow, the summit will set indeed historic new spending targets for NATO allies. But how we invest is just as important as how much we invest. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine has changed warfare. On the one hand, it has consumed more hardware than any other war. But on the other hand, battles have been won and lost because of software, jamming systems, and artificial intelligence. So as we replenish our stocks, we must also modernize our legacy systems and cater for new technological needs. This is vital for credible deterrence, and the European Union has an important role to play here. While NATO sets the standards and the capability targets for allies, our union can help connect the dots between different industries, between civilian and military, and between NATO and non-NATO countries. And let me set out 3 examples where I think our union's contribution is essential. The first one, we can help bridge the gap between primes and startups. The war in Ukraine has shown how important this is. Tech startups can offer countless solutions to challenges that emerge instantly on the battlefield. And this is why we have set up a Defense Innovation Office in Kyiv, because we want to learn from Ukrainians' battlefield experience. But innovative startups inside our union can also play an important role. Since the start of the war, investment in European defense tech startups has increased by 500%. But we still lack funding for the critical stage from the startup to the scale-up. We must get better at this. We lose too many startups at the beginning. Our startups must be able to grow and to grow here in the European single market. We need to identify potential unicorns proactively and channel more capital towards them, both from public and private investors. Our continent is home to so many innovators and pioneers. They must be able to find what they need to thrive right here in Europe. My second point, we must build more bridges between civilian and military. Many critical components of 21st century defense are, as we all know, dual use. Chips, cloud services, software, satellite, artificial intelligence, you just name it. Our defense industry needs seamless access to the high end of these vital technologies. But today, dual-use projects are often not allowed to run on civilian platforms. We have to change this. We will allow dual-use projects to access our new AI gigafactories with their unparalleled computational power. And the same goes for our European Innovation Council Fund for startups. We will seek this kind of synergy across the board. We must better connect our tech industry with our defense industrial base. And my third point, finally. Today, we are asking the defense industry to deliver, as you've said, to deliver at speed and at scale. But I also know, this is your responsibility, this is your task, but we also know that we have to do homework, that we have to create conducive, right conditions for this to happen. And there, for instance, our safe loans, with them we incentivize joint procurement and long-term contracts. This is a long-standing ask of your side. This will give you the predictability you need to scale up production. And importantly, SAFE is open not only to our union's member states, but also to candidate countries, so future members like Ukraine. And it is open to our defense and security partners, like the UK or Japan, like Norway or South Korea. And yesterday, indeed, we signed the Security and Defense Partnership with Canada. We are also clarifying our rules for cross-border transfers of defense products and multinational industrial collaboration. This is the way to speed up and scale up, not in isolation, but together with our most trusted friends. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that Russia will be capable of testing our mutual defense commitments within the next 5 years. By 2030, Europe must have everything it needs for credible deterrence. This is what we call Readiness 2030. But this requires a new mindset for all of us. We must be ready to leave our comfort zone. We must be ready to explore new ways how to do things, bringing together the tech and the defense, the civilian and the military in Europe and, of course, beyond the European Union. I'm deeply convinced, with the right mindset, we can deter everyone who seeks to do harm to us. For a stronger NATO and a stronger and safer Europe, I thank you for this opportunity to engage with you. Long live Europe, and thank you very much.